This is Talk of the Town, a weekly program featuring community events happening in and around Northeast Michigan, with your host, Nancy Smitham, and get the latest news from Alpena Community College with Dr. Olin Joyton. And now, today's Talk of the Town.
I'm Nancy Smitham. My first guest today is Judy Labadie, and we're here to talk about the Sunrise Side Wine and Food Festival. Good morning, Judy.
Good morning, Nancy.
Welcome to the show, and I'm so excited because I think maybe 15 years ago we had someone from the Sunrise Side Wine and Food Festival come on and talk about the event, but I know every year it gets bigger and better, and this is your 20th anniversary.
20th anniversary, and it's July 19th in downtown Harrisville at the Harrisville Harbor from noon to 6 p.m.
And it's a fabulous event, and it started 20 years ago when someone from Alpena Beverage, Al Randall, said, hey, I went and saw one of these great shows over in the Leelanau, and we need to do it on the Sunrise Side.
Correct, and there were 4 ladies. The lead person was Alona Bretmeyer, and then 3 other ladies there in the Harrisville area that formed this, working with Al, and then they got grant money from the Michigan Grape and Winery, and that helped them out for the first 3 years, and since then it's been very self-sustaining. The money that they raised that day just helps put the event on the next year. So it's been very, very successful. We have this year 14 wineries throughout Michigan.
Amazing.
And then we have 5 local restaurants, and then 2 art galleries that come that day and exhibit their art, and it's for sale. And then we have a local musician that comes in and plays, and each year we try to find somebody new and different to fill that need.
And these beautiful posters are out and about everywhere, and they are just beautiful. You can't miss them.
Right. We're very, very pleased. The Harrisville Arts Council runs a contest for us every year and solicits posters to be sent in, and then the artist selected then wins a prize from the Harrisville Arts Council.
Okay, and something really important for people to know, this is an important event for the Harrisville community. This is a place for businesses to showcase their products, for people to get a chance to stroll through downtown Harrisville, which is a beautiful, wonderful town on the shores of Lake Huron. Get a chance to see the businesses that are there, see the eclectic mix of businesses, support the owners, and the food that gets presented there is just not your regular everyday food either.
No, it's not. It's the specialty items from each of the restaurants, and then that pulls in a lot of business then for them in the future. And as you said, it is a very large drawing event to bring people into our community and help the businesses in that community. The admission fee is $10 to get in, and that gives the attendee a wine glass, and then they get 2 free drink tickets, and then there are more tickets that they can purchase when they're there.
And how wonderful to have the support of so many wineries in the state of Michigan come over, because this is busy season for them.
A very busy season, but year after year there are people or wineries that call and want to participate. There were a couple that wanted to participate this year, but they had to conflict in schedule, whatever, and they were unable to do it, but they already have asked to be put on the list to participate next year.
Perfect. And as always, you know, we're asking people to come on down, you know, bring your family, obviously 21 and over.
Correct. Now, people under 21 can attend, but we have security ID badges that are bracelets that people get, and then they're, that way we know that they're 21 or over, and we require ID if we question that they're younger than 21.
Okay. And come down. Do most people come in the beginning and stay through the end?
They come all throughout the day, and we're very fortunate that the Alcona County Chamber of Commerce has sponsored this event for the 20 years that it has been in existence. So we're very, very fortunate.
And, you know, lots of other sponsors, too, and what a great way to thank them is to come on down and be there. We're expecting anywhere between 1,000 and 1,500 people as normal.
As normal. Correct.
And we say if the weather's good, come on down. If the weather's bad, come on down. Don't let the weather interfere with any of your plans.
It's a great place to be on July 19th.
Okay, and we have, okay, I want to make sure, it's under the big tent. There is a tent.
Under a big tent down at the Harrisville Harbor, which is located on Lake Street, right on Lake Huron.
Okay, and do you know who the food vendors are that are going to be there?
We have the Old Place Inn.
Okay.
We have Shot Makers.
Okay.
We have Alcona Coffee,
Ooh, yay. And one more.
Backwoods Bistro.
Ooh, yay.
There's one more.
One more. Okay.
We had the Mountain, but they backed out. Who is the other one?
All local people, though.
All local people.
Local
and I
people.
forget the fifth one.
And now does the $10 include sampling of the items too?
They have to purchase that from the restaurants.
Okay. So they're actually can come down and actually eat something substantial.
Correct.
Ah, okay.
Yes, very nice. A lot of the places, they'll bring their favorite dish, and then they might even bring a dessert with that.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry, and then the fifth one is the flower garden.
Oh, very good. I should have thought of that
thought one.
myself too. Okay, and then, I just had the $10 gets you in the door, gets you the 2 drink tickets, you purchase your food
And
as you go along.
purchase additional wine tickets, and we do have beer there.
Oh, okay.
Yes, we will have, I think it's 3 different breweries that will be present.
Oh, wonderful. I wasn't aware of that. And then, so you can come in, kind of go out, come back and forth as you please once you purchase your
Correct.
armband. Come down, it's easy to find, there's always signs. Look for the big tent down at the harbor, the beautiful harbor down there, which is a tourist attraction on its own.
And magnificent view of it, Lake Huron.
Oh, yes, and if anyone's interested in being part of this event next year, please let one of the committee members know. You'll be identifiable, I'm sure, at the
Correct.
event, because you can always use more help and,
We have 100 volunteers.
Oh, my goodness.
That help us put this on, because we have people that come in and work from noon to 3 and then 3 to 6.
Okay.
Helping with admissions, helping the wineries, because the wineries cannot pour their own wine. A volunteer has to do that. They're
okay.
there to speak about their wine, but they can't pour. So it takes about 100 volunteers to put this
sure.
event on each year.
And if you like wine, this is the event for you to be in, a chance to do some sampling and maybe pick up some new wines that you're interested in.
Correct.
Okay, and it's a wonderful event for the Harrisville area.
Yes, it is fantastic.
Okay, one more time. It is Sunrise Sign Wine and Food Festival, Saturday, July 19th, noon to 6 p.m., Harrisville Harbor. Under the big tent, look for the tent, easy to find.
Easy to
There will
find.
be beer and wine, food, art show, a chance to buy some
Merchandising.
for the event, chance to meet your neighbors and lots of fun people in the community.
That's exactly right.
And while you're there, please, we encourage you to go out and about in the Harrisville community and support all those businesses that support events like this.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. I look forward to hearing about the wonderful success of your event.
Okay, thank you, Nancy.
Thank you. I'll be right back with Doug Pratt from Prattscape following these messages. Hi, welcome back. As promised, my last guest today is Doug Pratt, owner and operator of Prattscape here in Alpena. Hi, Doug.
Hi, Nancy.
Welcome.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming here today. I know this is an extremely busy time for you, and today we want to talk about the flour mill that you are the owner of and have your business in. It turns 100 years old.
Absolutely. It was built in 1914 and started as a grist and flour mill in 1916. 1920, it changed from being the Monarch Mill to the Alpena Flour Mill, and it existed until about the mid-50s. It was very much a community place for people to gather, which is kind of how we're trying to use it a little bit now. In those days, of course, there was more horse and buggies in the early 1900s, and people came in and maybe they didn't see their neighbor or another community member for a month or so at a time. So they came in and got their flour ground and visited with maybe about the weather or crops or beef prices or, who knows what in those days.
And if somebody stops by, I mean, it's easily recognizable from outside. The outside is, it's been some repairs and things done over the years, but it says Alpena Flour Mill on it. And when you walk in the door, that's when it's really wonderful.
There's so many folks that come in here, and especially the probably ladies in their 70s, 60s, and 70s, and they'll see the old flour bags that we have up and say, I used to have an apron made out of that, or a blouse or a skirt. Because, of course, in those days, they wasted nothing. So they would pick a lot of times the bag that the flour got put into or the corn mill or whatever, so that they could then have a dress or some kind of an outfit out of it.
I remember my grandma always made dish towels out of them, always.
Yep. There's a lady that come in, and she said she always tried to come in with her husband, because if he came in, he would just buy a typical grain bag, which of course she would get a dish rag out of, but she was really hoping maybe to get some fabric for a blouse for her daughter or somebody like that. Wow. So she always tried to make sure she had time to come when he came.
Okay. And what are some other original features we're going to see inside of there?
The floors are original. They're 100 years old. The flour sifter, the chutes where the flour would have come down, you would have put in your bag underneath it to have pulled that out. A lot of the old big pulleys and the belts and all those things that it actually operated in. There's a lot of the old piping on the wall that was, of course, used as the registers at that time, or heat type sources. There's actually a tower line in the middle of the back room that shows that the back part of the building was originally a lean-to roof, and that's still there, and you can see it was an exterior wall at one time. And we have a lot of people who have come in and dropped off old items like original flour bags that were paper. We've had pictures dropped off of in the 50s. Across the street from us was the Alpena cement plant.
Yes.
And so there's pictures that we can show people of stuff. There's just all kinds of things that people have given us that they've, maybe it's a receipt when they bought grain in the 30s, or those type of things. So we have those kind of archive items for people to see as well.
And not only do you own and operate it, run a business out of there with beautiful, beautiful landscaping and home decor things in the building, but you give back to the community in many ways. And one of the ways that you do is Shopping for a Cause. Tell me about Shopping for a Cause.
Shopping for a Cause is, this year we did one for ARMC, and it actually went to their tribute garden there. And then we just did one last weekend, was for NOAA. There are a couple of great organizations in this area, especially NOAA. It's free to go in there for youth of all ages. It's a destination site for people to learn about the shipwrecks and all that's been involved there. There's a great group of people. And they, of course, all have kinds of projects that they want to do and don't have the funding for. So they promote us by going on their Facebook page. And if you go on our Facebook page, of course, Pratscape, then you can, if you like us, then whenever we do the new events, we can include you in to be notified that we're doing those events. But what happens is we tell you of a specific day, you come in, you buy some items. It might be a wedding gift, it might be a bridal gift, it might be a Christmas gift, whatever it is, and a percentage of those proceeds go back to that organization to use. Some of them use it for matching grants. They need some money to match the grant of something they need to do, and that gives them the matching grant to get more money from other organizations that really help the organization to grow.
How much money do you think you've turned back to the community in the past few years?
Typically we do about 10% of our gross income. It goes back into the community as far as those type of events, as well as we have some people, they're going to do a horse event here in another couple of weeks, and they want to borrow some flower pots and some stuff so pictures can be taken in front of it. So we always do those type of things. We have people that come in, they're going to do a spaghetti dinner or some kind of a little raffle, and they need some kind of an item for a silent auction. We always give to those type of things. So it's well over 10%, but it's at least 10%.
Okay, wonderful. And also, your handiwork can be seen throughout downtown Alpena. Tell me about that project.
That project, when Deb Pardyke was part of the Visitors Bureau, she had got a group to come in, and they had looked at downtown and saw some areas they thought could be improved, hopefully make it a nicer experience for people to come down and stroll around and shop in those stores down there. And so part of the suggestion was to put flower pots down there to kind of brighten it up and make it more spring-like and stuff. So we participated in that program. So now that Mary Beth Klein has it, or Studman, we end up with her partnering as well, and we pick businesses, and basically all they have to do is water them. And then we decorate them all up and deliver them and then pick them up in the fall.
There's some beautiful, beautiful things. It has some artwork with it, some shrubs, some trees, some flowers. Everything's just so beautiful, and it really does make a difference when you go downtown, or when people did the stroll in downtown Alpena a week or so ago. Everyone commented on how beautiful the flowers were and how beautiful all the pots and all the unique art items that are placed everywhere. So that's a wonderful project.
A lot of times when I go to estate sales, which I do every couple of weeks to buy items for the store, I look for really cool things that I think that next year could be incorporated in those type of things to just make it kind of a little bit different.
Okay, and I do want to let people know too that you're always accessible, you're always there. If someone's having a problem with something in their yard or their garden, you can stop by and say, hey, how do I get rid of those molds? And you tell us how to do it. And an invasive plant species, and you're really good about that, or what kind of plants or items to grow. You have lots of pictures people can look at. People can drive by and see some of the jobs that you've done. They can look on your website and see some of the jobs that you've done and get lots of ideas.
Yep. It's about giving back to the community in a lot of ways. I want to be a resource as well as a business that does work for people as well. But a lot of times they, especially older folks, they put a lot of money into their landscaping, and now there's a little problem. Of course, they don't want to lose their investment, so they just need a little help. When I come down and give them some free advice on how to spray, what to spray, when to spray it, those type of things. Our next event is Christmas in July.
Yes.
Starting July 14th through the 31st, we're going to have special pricing, and it's going to be for all of our Christmas stuff. We put up a small in comparison to what we do in the fall, But we put up a nice Christmas thing that will, for people that are coming here, they like to give Christmas ornaments and toppers and
yes.
stuff as wedding gifts and gifts as well. So we're going to do that, and there will be some funding that will be given from that to local organizations.
Okay, and just encourage people to stop by and see everything, ask you or your landscapers. I saw a couple of your guys working out here last week, and
Yeah.
had a chance to talk to them. And thank you so much for the Shopping for a Cause and for Downtown Beautification Project and for all the free advice and things you give. And I want to encourage people to stop by the Alpena Flour Mill. If you've not been there, you don't have to make a purchase. Stop by,
No.
look inside the building, see a wonderful piece of Alpena history that's turning 100 years old.
Yep. We appreciate that. So many people come in and will tell stories. We had a 95-year-old man in there 2 weeks ago that told us that as a young man, he worked, it was his first job.
Wow.
And so we get wonderful stories that we can share with other people that come in and ask them about the history of the building. It's a great way for us to keep that legacy alive.
Yes. And what are your hours this time of year?
We're open 10 to 5 Monday through Friday and 10 to 4 on Saturday and Sunday.
Okay, so you are open Sunday too, okay?
Yep.
Thank you very much, Doug, for being here, and thanks for making the flour mill so accessible for our community.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Please stay tuned for Dr. Olin Jointon following these messages.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Talk of the Town. I'm Olin Jointon, president of Alpena Community College. My guest this morning is ACC nursing student Mike Witter. Welcome to the show, Mike.
Thanks for having me.
Let's start out with you. First of all, where'd you grow up?
Well, I was born and raised here in Alpena. Went to high school here, and now I'm attending ACC here in Alpena.
Very good. How about telling the audience your decision process for selecting ACC?
Well, like I said, I grew up here. It's local, and it was a really great transition from just the regular educational world into furthering my own education. So it would just seem like a natural process to go to ACC.
Well, good. We hear that a lot, and it's great that you're here at the college. And then what about your selection process, field of nursing? Is that something that you knew you wanted to go into in high school, or?
Actually, it was. In high school, I took the healthcare occupations block class, and that really opened up the world of just healthcare in general. And it was really great to see all the different programs that I could have gone through, and really got to explore my options. And then I decided to go here at ACC, and they have a really great nursing program.
They do.
That you could do your LPN, and then right after that follow up with your RN. And that's what I chose to go into.
Very good. Well, it's a real sound decision, and it's nice to hear a successful result of the Alpena High School career and technical education process. That's a great connection we have with the high school here. So you enrolled at ACC, and I believe your first year was taking the prerequisite courses before you could even get into the nursing program.
Correct, yeah. When I started here, I took a lot of general education courses and some prerequisites for medical type classes. I took like anatomy and physiology, and those were really great classes to take here, and that really helped me get into the nursing program.
Good. Isn't there a chemistry and a microbiology as well?
Yep, I took the chemistry class and the microbiology class, and I really enjoyed the chemistry aspect. I had a really great instructor, Doug Husingay.
Oh, yes.
Made that class a lot of fun.
He's terrific. Well, that's good. And then those classes, your success in them probably confirmed your selection of nursing or the medical field?
Definitely. It's a pretty competitive program to get into. So when they take a selection of the students that they're going to be accepting into their nursing program, you have to have pretty high GPA and have to have several other things that go along with that just to get in.
Well, that's the understatement of the day, and to even get into the nursing program is quite an accomplishment, so congratulations on that.
Thank you.
And then just this past May, you graduated from your first year, the certificate program that leads to licensure as a licensed vocational nurse.
Correct. I did graduate, and yes, I got my LPN or LVN certificate, and then I applied to the RN program and was accepted, so I'll be continuing that starting this next semester here at ACC.
That's great. Well, congratulations again.
Thank you.
And you know, this is what we call in our business a laddered program, such that if you want to stop at the LPN level, get your licensure and start practicing a nurse, you can do that. Or if you want to continue, the second year of the nursing program builds right on the first year, and so you can receive an associate's degree.
It does, yeah.
And that qualifies you to sit for the registered nurse examination.
Correct.
Okay, so stopping out and maybe working for a while and then coming back in for that second year is a pathway that some people follow, but you're going to go right through and achieve the RN.
I am. I was lucky enough to get in right away.
That's great. That's great. As you started taking actual nursing classes, what was it about them that you liked the most?
I really like the challenge. There's quite a bit of challenge for, I guess, memorization and remembering, and then being able to take that information that I've learned in other classes and then synthesize it and bring it all together. Take the anatomy that you learn, take the physiology that you learn, and then put it together and apply it to like real world situations in the nursing classes.
Well, that's a great answer, and I think one of the things we try to encourage for all students is synthesis, putting pieces of courses that you've mastered, that information together in a better understanding as you move on. So that's great. And then you also mentioned the the theory, so to speak, the stuff that you get out of books and lectures versus the hands-on application. And so nursing has both of those aspects to it.
Quite a bit of it, yes. You take your regular theory classes, and then along with those there's like a lab component where you'll be practicing in a mock hospital, basically. And that's where you get to practice your hands-on stuff, and then we have the clinical aspect, which is another really great portion where you're real-world nursing, basically, and you're working with real people doing real things.
Sometimes the people who are the very, very best at one are not necessarily the very, very best at the other.
Not necessarily, but I think it's glad that they do it in the three components, because while somebody may struggle with the theory, they're really good at the hands-on if they're more of that kind of person. And other people who excel in the theory may not be so good in the real world with their hands-on things, so that really brings it all together.
Well, all of those components are very important. Any particular nursing instructors that you really admired? Or other college staff members, for that matter?
Well, I really enjoyed a lot of my teachers. I guess the one that I would admire the most would have been Dr. Linton, who was the previous instructor that I had there.
She was a director.
Yep, she was the director for a time, yep, and she was a regular theory instructor that I had her as, and I also had her for a clinical, and I really enjoyed my clinical with her.
She certainly is outstanding, and she's gone to work now for University of Michigan at Flint.
Yes, I was sad to see her go.
And but she may be doing business with ACC because we have that Bachelor of Science nursing program from Flint.
We do.
At ACC.
I'd be looking forward to having her as a instructor again if I were to go that route.
You've also, in addition to your academic work and studying nursing, you've done quite a bit of other things for the college. You work in the bookstore.
I do, yes.
And I know that I've worked with you as a technician in the theater when we have programs there. And most recently, you've also assisted with the renovation of the atrium garden, and I've seen you out there.
Yep. The atrium garden sits right outside the bookstore, so it's really nice when you're in the bookstore to look out and see a beautiful space, and we really wanted to utilize that to its fullest potential.
How about student organizations? Have you been involved in any of them?
Yes, I'm a member of Pi Theta Kappa, which...
what is that?
Pi Theta Kappa
I know what it is, but for the audience.
Oh, okay. Well, it's a program that's, we have a local chapter at ACC, and it's just for students who excel academically in just general, and I believe you have to have a GPA of at least 3.5 to get in.
Right.
And they do a lot of work in the community, and then specifically amongst the student body. We'll do a lot of work. We help out with Science Olympiad is one thing that we do quite a bit of.
Projects. Yeah.
Yep.
Very good. Well, congratulations on your success at ACC. It's really nice to see you coming along, and nursing is such a great field because it can lead to so many other opportunities. And I wish you well in that, and also thank you for your good service working for the college and being part of Phi Theta Kappa.
Thank you.
This has been Talk of the Town with Nancy Smitham and Dr. Olin Joyton. For a list of events taking place in Northeast Michigan, visit our website at www.wbkb11.com and click on Community. This has been a Thunder Bay Broadcasting Corporation production.